I'm going to make a pasta and bean with vegetables. The pasta is a carb, and by eating this cold you will lose weight. All you have to do is do a little Googling on resistant starch. It's something I came across and I go, wow, this is great. Not only it's resistant starch, that means corn eaten cold now won't give you that many calories. Rice. So for me, this is the way I'm going to start eating. The only item I'm going to show you how to cut is the plum tomato, because the plum tomato has a thicker skin, and that's the only part you want. So you're going to take out the inside with a spoon, and I'm not going to waste it. I'm going to eat it with something. Anyway, you just take out all the seeds, and now look how much meat there is to dice up for the salad. Even though a nice beefsteak tomato is delicious, the heart of the beefsteak tomato is what makes it, not the skin. So that's why I'm using the skin. I'll show you all the other ingredients, and then we'll just put this together, and guaranteed you're going to lose weight by eating this. But the only way to eat the starches is cold. And there's a process when they enter the body. What happens? Look up resistant starch, learn all about it, and you'll be very happy. And even if you're not here to lose weight, if you just want to eat a little bit healthier, this is the way to go. I'm going to cook the pasta. The water, slight salt flavor, because the pasta has to have its own taste alone from everything else. No matter what you do in cooking, everything has to be seasoned. This is whole wheat pasta. While that's cooking, and I'm just gonna drain it. We're not gonna wash it. This is everything. The celery diced up fine, the green pepper, totally healthy stuff that's here. Cilantro, garlic, not going to be cooked. Garlic chewed raw is more beneficial than cooked. So that was diced up very fine. Red onion for color and for taste instead of regular onion. Green peppers are good for you, and the celery, of course, adds crunch, so does the green pepper. But the celery, if you've seen my other videos, whatever calories that amount of celery has, it takes your body more calories to digest it. Isn't that nice? So it's like there, and doesn't have any effect on anything but taste and texture. What else do we have? We have balsamic vinegar and olive oil. Now after this is cooked al dente, if that's how you like it, we are going to just pour it into this colander where I already cooked the black beans this morning. Please don't use canned products. We all know why we shouldn't use canned products. I know it's easier, but just read up on it and you'll find out why. And the corn, you could use fresh corn, cut it off the cob, but you know what they say, a lot of frozen vegetables are better than the fresh, because these are picked at the correct time, harvested, and you never know how long fresh produce sits around before you bring it home. I buy fresh, but there's nothing wrong with using frozen. Of course, if you're making a crudité, you would not want to use frozen cauliflower or broccoli. So, not wasting the film now. So like I said, I'm going to pour this pasta right on top of the beans, and then we're going to put it together. And there's the tomatoes. Now what I did with the tomatoes, I made some small dice and I made some julienne. So you can see how it works in the salad. We'll be back in a few minutes to finish this. Well, I made an error in telling you that I was going to pour the pasta over the beans in the colander. That doesn't make sense at all. The beans are already cooled down. But what I'm going to do is going to add all of the ingredients to the beans. And allow the pasta to be strained. And I'll toss it while it's still hot so it doesn't stick together, and then I'll add it to this mix. Now the mix, if I find that some of the items, the amounts are incorrect, I will adjust it and you won't see the incorrect amounts. Just remember, you know, this recipe I never made before. Like all my recipes, I do them on the fly. Most of the time my guesswork is pretty good, and other times it's not. So my adjustments are done in the description right under the video that shows you the amounts of everything, so people don't have to send me a complaint that where are the ingredients. So you have to just, don't be in such a rush. Everybody in New York is in a rush all the time. That's just how life is. Slow down a little and you'll do better. And somebody complained that I talk slow. Well, sometimes you talk slow to get the point across. You want to listen to some videos where people just rattle on? Anyway, this is all set, and this is going to be a nice salad. Healthy, for weight loss. Thank you. Forgot to mention also at the very end, which is just about now, I put in the frozen corn. Just to heat up the corn. I don't really cook frozen vegetables because once you thaw them out, just take a bite and you'll see, wow. Well, that's what happens when they're frozen. That's good enough. Now I'm going to drain this. I'll be done in a few minutes. So the pasta, the only thing we're going to add to this mix right here is some sea salt and some sriracha hot chili sauce. If you don't have that, use black pepper, a little cayenne pepper, whatever pepper you like. Now, you're not supposed to mix cold food with hot food. That's a no-no, especially in seafood. That's how things go sour. So, I'm going to take this entire pot with the pasta and just sit it in the refrigerator for about 20 minutes. So while that's cooling off, let's add some sea salt. You notice the color in there? It's not pure white. For me, that means it's not as refined as regular salt. So, who knows? 1 teaspoon is the minimum that you can put in there. And the sriracha hot chili sauce, a couple of squirts. And then you must remember, this is going to be mixed with the corn and the pasta. So the corn has really no flavor. Now let's see how this looks. That in itself right there would just make a nice salad. Let's add the balsamic, which you don't need a lot of, and the virgin olive oil. Now, whatever's in here also has to flow into the pasta and the corn. So if this tastes good, the corn with the pasta should taste good. Now, as I'm looking at this, I have no choice from standing in front of it. The amount of red onions looks pretty good, the beans look great, and everything else does look pretty good. But we have to see how it looks once the pasta and corn are added. So the yellow is going to stand out, the corn. And now, you just take a taste of this, and don't eat too much. Not bad. I'll make some adjustments. Well, that is one giant bowl of pasta and bean salad, and that's the way I like it. More of everything else than pasta. And if you notice, let's see if we can look at the if you see the tomatoes, which I had cut up two different ways, diced, and then the julienne, which you see right there. So since it's penne pasta, it's nice to have something long in there. It stands out, looks better. Anyway, that's it. You eat this, you're going to lose weight, but it has to be eaten cold. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy it.